Alright, hey, Anaheim's just done. Anaheim's just finished. The stream, I think it showed the ban list, but they just uploaded it onto Twitter, or X. I've just finished my lunch, really rammed that down to get this done, because people are texting me about what's happening, and I don't want to see it yet. Because I just want to see, just want to talk about some last minute predictions beforehand, just because everyone seems to be doing that, and I kind of missed stuff in yesterday's video with the code crossover breakers video with the thing, because it just was going too long anyway. But I think when it comes down to like last minute predictions about what could happen, I still think that Moon and the Closed Heavens is definitely a hit. I think Flamberg or Oak are definitely a hit. I don't think the Wanted engine will get touched, because if Snake Eyes dies, then every fire deck just kind of becomes worse, like inherently, just because Flamberg and all that stuff's gone. I mean, you can still do some stuff with like rank 1s and like use Poplar as like a OSS search, but realistically it doesn't go too much further than that. I missed out on Yubel. I completely forgot Yubel was even a deck, because I haven't seen it in since the regional, and so it has a pretty decent FTK, but people also don't know how to play the deck, so you're not really going up against the full board all the time. So I'm expecting like maybe a Spirit of Yubel ban, maybe a Nightmare Pain ban, a Phantom of Yubel definitely at a limit, because, or like the fact that it's not someone once per turn is kind of nuts. Maybe a Sensari D Lotus limit, because they like hitting consistency stuff. I would like an IP ban, because I just think that SP is too strong without it. I think SP should be more of a board breaker, because it has the writings to be a balanced card, with like the whole, you can't attack directly the turn that you banish something, but that doesn't matter on your opponent's turn, so it just kind of like, it's just a bit of a gimme, right? I'm not expecting Shifter or Kashtira hits at all. I'm just trying to think about what else is even relevant. I'm not expecting anything. I don't expect Tempai hits unless they start hitting hand. Like, I do expect a hand trap hit. I don't know what the hand trap is, but with the fact that they're doing like the Mole Charmies, which is a bit off, but that's like just, I guess, like a balanced way of doing it. So then like Talents and Thrust and stuff can still go off. But with like the new kind of card design with hand traps, like hand traps, like actual like Persian Impulse and that. I'm expecting some sort of like hand trap hit for the main staples that everyone puts in their deck. I'm expecting something along those lines. Just don't know which one they'd hit. I'm not expecting maybe Protoss, because Ritual Beast did well. Maybe they banned Protoss again, but I doubt it, because Tenyu's got support coming up, which means Sword Sword's going to be playable again. What else? Like, I don't expect Tempai hits. I don't expect Memento hits. Unless they just ban Prosperity altogether. Maybe they ban Prosperity. I don't know. Maybe they pre-ban like Allure of Darkness for the Malice stuff, but I doubt that as well. Maybe Magnum comes back up to 2. Maybe Lifter comes back up to 3, because what's Rescue Ace doing, especially with like the Snake Eye stuff going. Once again, every fire deck is worse without it. Like I said, not expecting one sort of Azamina hits, just because the lore is still going. So it's like, why would you ban that, right? Or why would you touch that? But then like Lacrima got banned, so I don't know. Maybe Lacrima to 1 again, just because the format's changing a bit, and they really lowered that ceiling, and they've got more support coming out. That could be a thing, but maybe not yet. I would like Molchami hits. I do think that it probably shouldn't be at 3, but we're too early on that, and people just spend all that money on it anyway, so it's probably like not the best thing to get rid of straight away. Maybe Snow back to 1, maybe Hulk back to 1, maybe Kit Colossus back to 1. All these things I think are possible, just because like what are they really doing even in like Master Duel, so, and since the decks that are coming out, their ceilings are so low with what they put on it as an end board, maybe there's just like more room for interaction and stuff like that. But then like if Kit Colossus and Snow come off, then Tears just becomes best deck again, because they're not having a hard time hitting names in 40, like at all. But I think we'll get started real quick. I don't think this website has it. No, it doesn't. It's just Twitter then. Alright, so I've got Twitter up, but I just didn't want to look at it because I can already see that one of the things. So this is blind-ish. Because I already saw a picture of Pankratops and Cyberjar. So, but I just don't know what list they're on. So we're just going to come in, but be quick. Huh. Unlimbs. Alright, so Blaster, that's fine. Dinos for Pankratops, fine. Lunalight Tiger, people have been saying this for a while. I wasn't around. Oh, lifted. Lifted a 3. Opening the Spirit Gates. So the Dragon Rule is all at 3. Perfectly fine. Like, they came back. No one's done anything with them. Effective from today, by the way. This is an immediate ban list. Well, I'm in Australia, so I guess it's tomorrow for America, but this is an immediate ban list. But yeah, so Paint's fine, because once again, it wasn't really doing anything. The Dragon Rule is all fine. I don't know what Lunalight Tiger does, but I think it was like some OTK crap. But I think it was like an OTK thing or an FTK thing with one of the Starving Venomy things, because it copied effects. Lifted a 3, it needs it, because Lift is fantastic. It really is the one card combo for the deck. Like, it really is. It just means that once again, it'll just be another deck whose engine is just huge. So still somewhat like unplayable, because it can't play 20 hand traps. Then yeah, Tempest and Tidal, Thunder Dragon Colossus. I've seen it. I think I've seen it twice. I think Ritual Beast plays it, and Thunder Dragon itself plays it. Who cares, right? Ib, once again, just another card that just no one's doing anything with, because I don't think there's any real good synchro decks that make 5s. And opening the Spirit Gates Unlimited is kind of weird, which makes me think that they've done bigger Yubel hits in this list. But this is a pretty big Unlimited list, I think. This is a pretty big thing. So I think, what do we move on to next? Semi-limited? Cyberjar. I'll just read that. Destroy monsters in the field, then both players reveal top 5 cards of their decks, especially all revealed. Level 4 or lower monsters and face up attack, face down defense vision. Also, add any remaining cards to their hand if either player has 5 cards in the deck. That's kind of nuts. I think not Memento. Mimigul will be able to kind of do nuts with that. Jackalope, Tsukinoko, Eva, and Monkey Board. So I know Eva had some kind of stuff with Drytron. Haven't seen it. People are still kind of opting for the Chaos build if they are playing it, or the new stuff that can hard make Zeus. And the dangers, once again, they just haven't done anything. So maybe Dark Lord gets slightly better. Maybe you can play Pure Danger. It's not doing anything. And then Monkey Board, once again, another card that I heard about because it wasn't in my realm. But people have been saying the whole time it can come off. It can come off quite easily. So nothing. Yeah, semi limits are hard. I think they're very much a middle ground of just being like, oh, we don't really know where to put it, or it's just like a way to slowly bring a card back up to 3. But I do think Cyberjar was at 0, right? Like, it was banned and now it's at 2. So that's pretty good. All right, so we'll see what the limited. So this is where the important stuff is. Limited and the banned stuff is really where the game kind of becomes a new format, right? So we've got Chandra to 1. That's insane. Phantom of Yubel. Called it. And Sankin Kaiman. Man, I wasn't expecting Tempai hits. I really wasn't expecting Tempai hits at all, because Prosby is not a thing, or it's at 1, and then Magnum Whip's at 1, and then summoning is was the big problem card, right? Summoning was, because that's the issue, right? Summoning was the reason why the deck sucked, because you couldn't interact with your opponent on their main phase, and you had to wait for battle, and then the quick effects just start spiraling in, right? And the issue I have with Chandra and Kaiman being limited is that was the one card combo for the deck, right? That was they're an OTK deck. It was their one card combo to win. Now, the one card combo itself seems fine. It's just the fact that you compare it with so many hand traps and board breakers and stuff that it's just it's unabated, right? That's the issue. Not the fact that they exist. Because every other deck has a one card combo that can either be an OTK or an FTK, except for Pure Fire King, apparently. Because I played that, Ponix doesn't do shit. But so that's a bit of an issue to me, because I guess you can still do Dora Dora into Chandra and still kind of go that way, like with the battle and that. And then, like, say with the Sand Kid Kaiman, but it definitely does mean that, like, I guess in this case, Tenpai has just lost every bit of grind game that it could have had because you are not recycling Kaiman. And this also probably means you want to play more Fadra. So you have more chance to get Chandra back if you do go to the grind. And then Zodiac Barrage. So I don't think this does anything without... Is it Dryden and Broadbull? Dryden didn't come back, did it? Is Dryden still banned? Yeah, we still got Broadbull and Dryden. I don't think Barrage does anything except make a very small Zeus. Am I right in thinking that? Am I right in thinking that Zodiac Barrage just makes a small Zeus now? Because they go into... It's not Rapier, it's the little boy. And he, like, attacks directly, and then you just chuck a Zeus on top. All off one card. But you can Ash this. You can Ash this. You can Ogre this. You can... Yeah, this is fine. This could come back to 3. This could come back to 3. Who cares? Especially with the other... Like, I don't even think Dryden's that big. Once again, I didn't play those formats, so... Yeah, but so nothing... I think the only thing I got right here was Phantom of Yubel as a limit. Which cuts the grind game down, but with Banlist. So once again, we're looking for Flamberg. We're looking for either Spirit of Yubel or Nightmare Pain. We're looking for... Moon of the Closed Heaven is a big one. Okay, so... They just banned Snake Eye? So they banned Gimme Puppet Nightmare, even though Branded doesn't do anything anymore because they run one Branded Fusion, and all you have to do is stop Grand Guglielmo. Jaugen, what is that, a Goat card? An Edison card? Who cares? And then OSS. So now you've just made... So you've kept Snake Eyes around. You've kept Snake Eyes around, and you've banned the ability for any... Fucking what a joke. How do you ban a card that helps other fire decks stay somewhat consistent? Like, you think Rescue Ace, you think Volcanics, you think Fire King Pure, you think even, I guess, Snake Eyes itself, but we won't count Snake Eyes. You think TG's another one, right? Which gives them access to their level 1 and gives them access to an Omni now thanks to Deception, right? Like, this kills the Wanted engine pretty much. Wanted will probably only be played in Whitewoods with the new support, because I think there's a card that bridges the Azamina and the Whitewoods cards. Because now it's just Wanted for Witch for Deception, and then Deception will grab whatever Azamina card you're looking for. This is cancer. This is terrible. It's annoying, right? Because I want to say this at the start, but after the last ban list, I felt like I watched it. I think I did a video on it, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, I'm already ready for another ban list because I don't want to deal with Snake Eye anymore. This doesn't do anything. You say that it can, right? But it's still like... Because now instead of just going spoils, you just play the field spell and just continue. Like, you've just done a consistency hit again, but now you've killed every fire deck. Like, I guess with Lifter back to 3, it means I wouldn't play the Wanted engine anymore. Because there's no point. Like, if I was playing Rescue Ace, that's my jam. Rescue Ace is my jam. Flamberg needs to be on here. Flamberg needs to be on here. Like that, like, I think even with this hit, I think both Yubel, the Yubel, by the way, just got stronger. Even though Phantom got limited, right? Even though this got limited, you just put opening the Spirit Gates back to 3. you limited it and then immediately went back to 3. Why would you do that, right? Because now that just means you've got more ways of starting to still end on a crazy board. It's just that in niche situations where you would need a second Phantom, you can't do it, which just doesn't do anything. You're still ending on a pretty... Like, I do a dude once, he 2-0'd me, right? Because he just had everything that he needed. But he was crap at the deck. He had no idea what was going on. And even though he fumbled his way through the combo, he still ended on more interaction in hand than I had cards in hand. Just like that. And then he just got to shotgun all of it, and that was just it. With my hand done. I couldn't sequence regardless. That board is still too much, I think. And then Snake Eyes is still technically live. Snake Eyes is still going to make Fire King better. Like, the OSS, I really don't think it matters. Because then all you do is just play more of the one that you want to hunt down. But in Fire King specifically, they've got Volcanics. Like, they've got Volcanics and Poplar, or Ponix. You can say, like, another Ponix. And, like, so maybe you wouldn't play Snake Eyes in it anymore, but you can play that field spell, go Snake Eye Del Belstar, and just have this resource loop of monsters between Ponix and... like Ponix and Snake Eye Devil stuff, you know. So like, yeah, it's a big hit in like consistency, in the sense of like, oh, I've just got like a backup Snake Eyes all the time. Like if you stop the Ponix and the Volcanics or whatever like that, or you stop the Ash, they can't just bonfire for a Poplar and just get to their one anyway. Like, sure, I guess you can't bridge these two things anymore, but I still think it's just going to come down to, like, Moon of the Closed Heaven's not even on here. This means every deck that can make 2 can just go into the Fiendsmith stuff, even though you can just play the cards at 3. It's like, it's just like, do you need to have that many ways to get to that engine? Anyway, I don't know. I think that's dumb. I think the rest of the list is fine. I actually don't mind the stuff that came off. Like, ooh, my lifter, my boy. Oh, maybe I go back to Rescue Ace for a bit. I don't know what this does. But, yeah, I guess that's it, right? Like, honestly, this was the most important list, and this was the worst one. Fucking whatever. Oh, alright, well, so if we look at it this way, I still think that Yubel and Snake Eyes are going to be quite prevalent here, in Australia at least. Because everyone's already got the decks, and only a few people I think are actually going to fork out for Rythiel. And realistically, they still have a whole bunch of hand traps in it. You can still play the Fiendsmith stuff. Like, it's still going to be a very, very good link engine, because Flamberg can still like rotate the 2s out and just have crazy interaction with your opponent. Like, there's no reason to stop playing it. This here is not enough of a reason to stop playing Snake Eyes, I feel. I don't think it matters, because you still have access to an Omni. You still can open, like, Bonfire is still a card. You can still get to your Ash, you can still get to your Poplar. Snake Eye Devil Star is a card. It does that. It does have a really good resource loop. This also means that Fire King doesn't need to pop their own Ambler whale to summon IP. They can just put it in the back row with Flamberg, and then if the Flamberg gets dealt with, they still get the field spell if they don't go through Fire King Island, which you don't need to go through Fire King Island all the time anymore, because you've got Volcanics. So, I don't know. I don't think this is a big enough hit. And Javelin and Nightmare, like, what's Branded been doing? I don't know. I don't care. I will say it does make the deck more expressive now. But this also means that I think people who like Branded are probably the ones that are going to play it. But the people who played it because it's like a good win, like the amount of people I've played against who just like Nightmare Puppet Lock it, it's like, that's the only reason why they played it, because it's a really easy setup lock, right? And I think a lot of people are going to drop it because they're like, oh, I can't auto win now. And that's just because they're fucking lame. And then Jaugen, who summoned Jaugen over the weekend? Like, why is this guy here? That seems off. Anyway. Whatever. Alright. See you at the next box, I guess. I'll see you at the next box set. Take it easy.